Mark here. This is my Favre Leuba Sea King Twin Power. Okay, so I'm saying Sea King Twin Power, but this came from India. And if people are familiar with these watches coming from India, is the dials have been repainted. So when I looked up, before I get into all the specs on this watch, when I looked up that number and saw it came up as Sea Chief. So you can see, well, let me get the hands out of the way here. So you can see it says Favre Leuba Genève Sea King Twin Power. And actually, I don't know how easy it is to see, but it does have the raised markers, and then the hourglass emblem is also raised, and everything else is printed. But if you can see here close enough, I don't know how easy it is to see, but you can see that the black paint is going on the markers. So it wasn't painted and then the markers were installed. The markers were already there. Now if you look at the Sea Chief, looks completely different, and it does, I didn't see, based on the pictures at least, I didn't see any raised markers on it. All right, now to get on to the watch. So that's the thing. When you're getting these things from India, pretty much expect them to be have repainted dials. Evidently, they didn't hold up well in the climate with all the humidity and everything else, and so they just bring them to whoever they, I don't know who repainted them, and then, printed the writing on it. Still says Swiss made down there at the bottom. But anyway, I wanted one just because of the twin barrel. It says Twin Power there. I like interesting watches, interesting movements, and this one was affordable. Stainless steel case. It is a 34 millimeter case. Lug to lug on this is 39.3 millimeters. Lug width is 18 millimeters, and thickness is about 9.6 millimeters. So let me open this up. So there it is, and then over here you can see the two barrels, the two mainspring barrels. They're small barrels. You can see it ticking away. Twin Power, Favre Leuba, Swiss made, 17 joules, and this is the caliber 253, and this is running at 18,000 bph. So, it's interesting. Again, that's why I buy it. Some of these watches I keep or buy because of the style of the watch, the look of the watch. Some of them just because it has an interesting movement in it, and these are little machines, and that's why I got interested into watches, not because they're pretty or anything else. I got interested into watches when I was young because they were these little tiny machines that were ticking away on your wrist, and it just fascinated me. And unfortunately, in my younger years, I destroyed several decent watches tinkering around with them before I decided to go off to school and get an idea of how these things work and fix them. So anyway, let me put this on my wrist. All right, so there it is on the wrist. Again, 34 millimeter stainless steel case, 9.6 millimeters thick approximately. Again, it's a nice looking watch, and nobody's gonna know. Nobody asked me about watches. That's one of the things. I don't wear watches to impress people. I think of all the watches that I've worn throughout all of the decades, not once has somebody come up to me and said, "Oh, what is that on your wrist?" People don't care. I don't look at watches, unless they're pushing it in my face, or really trying to, waving their arms around or something like that. But, nobody'd know the difference whether that was a repainted dial or not. It's, somewhat elegant. It looks like an enamel paint. It is unfortunate. Now, I have to say I would prefer the original dial for this thing, but it is what it is, and I'm not going to complain about it. Like I said, I did get it for a really good price, and I do throw it. Actually, I just wore it earlier this week. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.